Okay. Did they hit record? Well, alrighty. Let's get this show on the road. Good morning, Marysville. This is I'm Nick Santana. We're here on Charger Chat with our special guest Courtney Thomas, former student of ISC. How's it going this morning, Courtney?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How was the drive?
It was pretty easy. I live right over there, so.
Right over there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how does it feel to be back at Getchell?
Weird.
Weird,
Different,
yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's been almost 2 years now.
Yeah, that is weird.
Isn't that
and
weird?
different.
Were you a producer last year?
I actually didn't take Charger Chat last year. Yeah, no, I didn't take any video classes at all. I was kind of bummed, but I had to make room for classes that I needed and stuff. So, back to the high school thing with you. What do you miss most about the whole high school environment?
Well, it's just nice to see your friends every day.
Mm-hmm.
If you have friends that you care about, then you will hang out with them after school and everything, and when you don't go to school, but it's just a different environment.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in college, it's just completely different. You don't have the teachers that are there for you all the time. Like, you kind of have to be more independent.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a different environment.
So college is definitely kind of a sharp shift from the high school experience where you're kind of dependent on other people, and then college is more you have to depend on yourself.
Yeah, well, there's some classes at ISC that were more independent, that you really had to learn yourself, like Left Stats class.
Yeah.
And so that one was a lot like college, which was nice. And so, yeah, it's a little bit different. I do online classes, so it's very, very independent. I really do have to, like, teach myself stuff.
Yeah.
But luckily it's something that I can do, so it's a little bit easier, but it's definitely difficult to do online classes.
Yeah, I bet. So how do you think that ISC is different from other high schools?
Well, I didn't go to any other high schools, so I don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a smaller community is what I'm assuming from other schools.
Yeah.
Is, you know, a lot of people around ISC, all the teachers you'll have multiple times. I don't know about other high schools.
Yeah.
But we definitely had a lot of the same teachers, so they get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
And then they see you pass in the hallway, and, you know, they just have seen you grown for 4 years. So
Yeah, definitely. So how do you think that ISC has helped shape the person that you are today?
I mean, high school is a lot of a learning experience, just even about yourself, about everything. So I feel like regardless of where you are, you're going to grow a lot when you're in high school.
Yeah.
So it's just the people, the teachers, like, each person that you meet is going to change you a little bit.
Yeah.
And kind of mold you into who you are. So regardless of where you are, it's going to change you. So I guess just the teachers and the people that I hung out with and that I've been with for multiple years, they're definitely going to shape who you are.
Yeah.
In the end.
Would you say that you have any, like, major regrets from high school?
No, I don't think so. I knew kind of what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
As far as classes go and everything, so I did what I wanted to do, and I don't think that I regret anything huge that I would know off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm. So from a young age, you kind of already knew what you wanted to do, and you had it all figured out?
No, I don't know if anyone truly does, though.
Yeah.
Well, I still don't know what I want to do as far as college goes, but I don't think that anything that I would have done in high school would have changed my outcome where my life is now. So as far as regrets in high school, I don't think that it would have changed where I would have been if anything would have changed.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely don't know what I'm doing right now. So
Yeah.
it's a little different.
So you don't think that if you kind of knew what you wanted to do professionally outside of high school, you don't think that anything would have been different if you knew that when you were in high school?
I think it would have been different just because then you would have had a straight running shot towards what you wanted to do. But I don't think that anything that would have done had made me decide because I'm very indecisive. So I don't know if it'll, it's kind of whatever falls into my lap I go with, and then we'll see where it goes from there. So it's a very chosen part of life, I guess.
So would you say that you're kind of spontaneous?
I don't know about that. I'm kind of, no, I don't, yeah, I guess so, because we kind of do
leaning
trips all the time.
The safe side of spontaneous.
Yeah, I think that's a fair
You do trips all the time?
Yeah, let's see, since I graduated high school, we went to Disneyland, I did Hawaii for a graduation trip, but I don't know if that's not really with friends. This year I've been to Mexico, I've been to Canada, I've been to Oregon, California, Mexico. Did I say Mexico? I might have said Mexico. I don't know, I think it was like 2 countries and 5 states or whatever this year.
That's crazy. Yeah. How have you managed to make time and everything for all of that?
I take time off work. I do online classes, so I take my computer with me everywhere.
Okay.
And then my job allows me not only to take time off and pay me for it, which is nice,
really?
but I make enough money to be able to do all those trips. And then I have friends that'll go with me.
That's pretty cool that your job pays for your time off, because not often when you're this young you can find that. What do you do? I'm
an account manager at an apartment complex in Linwood.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Sure. So we're such a small office, there's only 3 of us in the office, that I'm a part-time leasing agent when the other leasing agent is gone. And then the other half of my job is basically just dealing with money, making sure that people are paying their rent, keeping track of rents, carports, basically anything dealing with money is my job. So.
All right. How did you get into that position?
It fell into my lap, actually. So, I know someone that works in the company a little bit higher up, and then they just told me about the job, and then I ended up interviewing, and the manager liked me enough that she took a chance and hired me a couple months after I graduated from high school. So I've been there about 1.5 years now.
That's actually really crazy. Like, I've never heard of something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we actually have a segment ready about finals, so we'll be right back after the break.
Okay.
This is what's wrong with your generation.
What did you say?
I said, this is what's wrong with your generation.
Grandma, just try them.
This isn't so bad.
Grandma, can I have my headphones back? We've had it for like the past 3 days, so.
What did you say?
I said, can I have my headphones back?
Only if you use your manners.
Okay, can I please get my headphones back? Give me my headphones, Grandma.
Alright.
Hello? Hey, Grandma. I can see you, and if you really want headphones that badly, we can go get you some.
Actually, I just wanted to use yours.
Let's just go buy some like mine. Okay.
Welcome back, Marysville. We're here in Charger Chat again with Courtney Thomas. So, Courtney, you are a former ISC student. One of the classes that you took was actually Charger Chat.
Yes.
So, how does it feel to be back on the Charger Chat set?
It's weird to be on this side of things. I'm used to panicking before the show and making sure the mics are working and the audio board and the video board and the turbo and making sure everything's uploaded. So it's kind of weird to just sit here and watch you guys.
Watch me panic?
I'll watch you guys go around and make sure everything's working.
Yeah.
So it's different.
Do you feel like if you were thrown in this situation, do you feel like you would be able to queue up segments and make sure the mics are working, do audio checks? Like, do you feel like you would be able to recall that information?
I feel like I would, only because we did it for 2 years. Kenzie and I were co-producers for 2 years, so I feel like it's pretty in our brains.
Pretty
It's like
ingrained in
it's pretty second nature now. So
Yeah.
even though it's been 2 years, I feel like we might stutter a little bit, but I feel like we could probably figure it out.
Could pull it off.
Yeah.
So you took Charger Chat your sophomore year and your senior year. What made you first, initially want to get into Charger Chat?
Well, I liked the video aspect of it, and even though I didn't do much because of the group that I was in freshman year, I did end up liking video. So then I decided to go into sophomore year. Didn't exactly think I would become a producer, but it fell into my place sophomore year, and then I liked being a producer, so then I was co-producers again with senior year.
Oh, so you were a producer your sophomore year. Was that first semester or second semester? Both. Oh, wow.
So 2 full years of being a producer.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of am in this similar situation, except I wasn't producer sophomore year, but I took Charger Chat sophomore year. You were my producer, and then I'm back at it this year as a producer and all grown up.
Do you think it's different?
It is different. It's different responsibilities, because when I was just a group member and you guys were the producers, I just was responsible for my stuff and doing what I needed to get done, and I just relied on you guys to pretty much do everything else. But now, I mean, I would say that I have reliable group mates, but I definitely have more on my plate as a producer and stuff.
Yeah, see, I don't know it as a group, just as a group member. So I feel like it'd be weird to not do that.
Yeah, I agree. So, how did you become a producer so early into getting in Charter Chat? Did you just kind of, did Mr. Christopher like recognize that you were good at video, or?
I don't think that was it. I think that it was, I don't even know what it was, but he just said, you should become a producer. And I was like, oh, maybe not. No, I don't think that's a good idea. I think, no, you should become, over and over. And I was like, fine, okay, forget it, fine, I'll do it. And then Kenzie ended up co-producing with me, and that's kind of where the co-producers of us came in.
Yeah.
And then it worked really well sophomore year, so then we ended up doing it senior year again.
So you guys were both co-producers sophomore year and senior year.
Yep. The sophomore year, they more made it one producer, and then I decided that I would like us to be co-producers, so I kind of started that as far as just in our group. And so I would go out to the producer meetings, and when we picked it and everything, it would just be me. Even though we discussed it, it would just be me. And then the second year, it actually was recognized that we were co-producers. So then we would go out to those things together as co-producers.
Yeah. So did you take any video classes your junior year?
No, it was kind of like you. I had so much that I had to get of my the core classes.
Yeah.
That I wasn't able to jam it into my schedule because I had so many of the other classes that I had to do.
Yeah, well, very similar situations we have. So, but once you got all of that stuff out of the way, you knew that you wanted to get back into it.
Yeah, definitely after being, because we were both the producers sophomore year, so it was such a big part of our high school experience sophomore year that it was weird not to have a junior year.
Yeah.
So then we were like, okay, we definitely know that we want to go back senior year, and then it was kind of nice because we, at that point, knew what the hiccups were with what we had done sophomore year, so then it was so much easier to do it senior year because we wouldn't say I had it figured out, but we pretty much, we got the roll of it going, so it was really easy we knew what we had to do to be organized. Yeah,
I agree. It definitely, since, I didn't take it last year either, and it felt weird not having any sort of video classes. I took it freshman and sophomore year, and then I just didn't have any at all junior year. And then senior year rolls around, and I'm actually taking 2 video classes. I'm taking Charter Chat and documentary.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty cool, Yeah, so how do you think that Charter Chat has shaped you or helped you at all to where you are now? Or do you think that you picked up any hobbies from Charter Chat?
I don't think I've picked up any hobbies from Charter Chat. I got a lot of school and work doing, but I think it's definitely helped just the organization skills of it. Which is kind of, I feel like a weird thing to take out of it, but we were so organized with how we did and planned, and had calendars that had everything matched up, and like we knew going into the week what we were doing for that week, and that definitely helps with having school and work to do. I need to make sure that I'm getting the assignments done on time, and making sure that I'm planning accordingly what I need to do. So I feel like that goes into it a lot, which is nice. I filmed a thing for work actually. We did a little competition with the whole company, and it was a video competition, and so it was a music video to Taylor Swift "Shake It Off," and so we did a video to that, and I actually filmed and edited it, and we won first place.
Oh, really?
So so that the one thing that I did for video, we got first place, which was nice. But
that's actually really cool.
Yeah, we got a Nike gift card, so that was cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
So so that's obviously really cool that you have the skills to take from high school and use in situations like that where maybe not a lot of people know how to do it, and you just did know how to do it. So anyways, we've been talking and reminiscing a lot about your high school experiences, so we actually have a segment about high school reminiscing coming up right now.
Oh, didn't see you there. Caught up in a really good read. Today we'll be reminiscing my high school experiences. So many great ones. I don't even know where to begin. Hey, do you need help with your work over here? Oh, okay. Looks like you're good over here. Wow, the little Elizabeth. She's a smart one. Rarely ever needs help. Hey, high five. Hey. Oh, Juno, I remember him. I mean, he didn't wash his hands probably, and I understand. It was very unsanitary to high five me.
Celine.
How are you doing today, Mr. Christopher?
I was doing great.
What?
Well, I was working on this beautiful drawing for my students until you came along and ruined it all.
Mr. Christopher, you're so funny. That's why you're my favorite. Have a good day. Oh wow, Mr. Christopher, funniest guy around. I'm so glad that I got a young, down-to-earth teacher that was really relatable. Oh, Britt. Don't call me Britt. Okay, now. Say, do you want to hear a really funny joke? No. How many South Americans does it take to change a light bulb? A Brazilian! Oh, Britt. She's a feisty one. She had to go, though. Well, we have run out of time today. We will continue this later on, reminiscing my high school memories.
Welcome back to Charger Chat, Marysville. Again, we're here with Courtney Thomas, former ISC student, former Charger Chat student. So, what was that kind of like, just watching an old segment, or a segment, it's not old, but watching a segment, did it make you kind of miss it?
Yeah, it was kind of cool to just like literally do whatever you wanted. Like,
Yeah.
we were just like, we want to be ninjas today. And it's like, okay, cool, we'll make a segment about that.
Yeah.
Like, we wanted to be a leprechaun, okay, we're going to make a segment about that. Like, it was
Yeah.
just kind of cool to just do
Really
whatever
open.
you wanted.
Yeah.
And it was kind of funny that it was so normal for people to see, like, anyone just running around and kind of doing whatever, because we did a lot of that in our segment.
Yeah.
So where we filmed a lot of people, it was just normal for,
Yeah.
you know, someone would dress up in a Santa costume and pop out of the recycling bin. Totally normal
Totally
at this
normal,
school.
yeah.
So it's kind of, that part's kind of cool to just be so creative. even
Yeah.
though not the most creative person, it was kind of cool to get that. So.
Do you have any like specific memories of a specific segment that was like the craziest thing you've ever done, or like the most embarrassing, or most
oh.
eccentric, or?
There are just so many segments. I don't know. Oh, well, we did a Prison Break segment, and Kenzie and I dressed up in Prison Break costumes
Yeah.
and ran through the school, and that was an interesting segment. And people, like, we got a few questions as to why we were in prison costumes, but
Yeah.
not other than that. I don't know. A lot of it was just us literally just running around the school filming segments.
Yeah.
So I don't think any of it was like super crazy, other than that just seemed to be the norm for us. But
Yeah, I know. I remember one segment of yours or Kenzie's. It was like an army boot camp, and it was me,
Yes.
Lathan, Alexis, and one other person. And
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
That one was pretty cool.
Yeah, it
that
was-
actually ended up to be a really good segment.
it did, yeah. It was over in the EF building. We set up
Yeah.
all the chairs and stuff to
And
make it all
the-
crazy.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one. You guys were jumping over chairs
Yeah.
and rolling under and army crawling through in
Yeah.
the cafeteria. I
Yeah,
forgot about that one.
There's a lot of good ones, and then
Yeah.
there's just so many, and then there's like the ones that I did. I remember that I had you guys in. I remember you also did one cheerleading tryouts, and you had
Oh,
me,
yeah.
Lathan, and one other person try out for cheerleading.
Yeah.
Oh, and Keziah, and remember she came in and did like some funky flip or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, there's some interesting, we did like an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
Whatever the holidays, we did a Santa one. Kenzie
Mhm.
just sat there and scared the crap out of people on jumping out of the recycling bin.
Yeah.
That was funny. There was just some fun, there were some fun segments.
Yeah. So, okay, I already asked that. So, okay, let's kind of shift away from the whole high school thing and focus on now. So you said that you are going to college but attending online classes. So how do you think that, or do you think it's better for you to do online classes, or do you think it would be better to do classes like actually in a university or
It goes back and forth because it definitely wouldn't work with my schedule. I work 8:30 to 5 Tuesday through Saturday, so I have a full 40-hour schedule.
Yeah.
And with Sunday, Mondays off, it would be very difficult to do actual going in classes.
Yeah.
And then it's really nice to just literally sit on my bed, pull up a computer, and be able to do all of my schoolwork while sitting on my bed with my computer.
Definitely.
So that, instead of having to go in or something like that, if I didn't have the job that I have, it might be more beneficial to go in because I don't get any of the interactions that I would. Like, I literally sit on my computer. And there's he makes the teachers that I have right now, he makes you peer evaluate and stuff, but you don't really have a conversation with anybody. So you don't really get to know anybody from the class because it's all through the internet, and you don't really chit chat when you're, through there's not really a place to do that. So you normally don't do any of that. So that aspect of it, not so much. I don't like that you don't get to really talk to anybody.
No interactions.
But it also makes it a lot easier just to I can
more flexible.
And all the assignments are due at 11:59, so I can come home from work. I get home at 6 because I got an hour-long commute, and then I can just spend that time doing any homework, and then I can organize it because I know when all the assignments are due ahead of time. So I can schedule with my schedule. I can see if I need to plan them on my weekends, whatever I need to do. And it's also easier for the vacations too because I can just bring my computer with me and no one will know anything. So I just bring it with me.
So how exactly do online classes work actually? Is there just like assignments posted and you have to kind of like learn yourself, teach yourself, or is there any sort of help?
So in the Canvas thing, which is part of the UVCC website, it's a separate website geared towards the online classes. So it's however the teacher sets it up. So, he or she can have you do whatever assignments you want. My teacher locks them until you've done the previous assignments. So you have to do them in order, and then until a certain date, he's locked them as well. So I don't like it too much just because it's like I have my certain days don't always go with when the assignments are due. So that's kind of irritating. But the previous person did a good job at you can do the assignments whenever you'd like. They just need to be due by this date. So it's a little bit different, but there's a little thing called the calendar it's a little icon that you can click on, and it'll pull up when all of your assignments are due, and then you can click on those and go into the assignments. Depending on the instructor, they'll have everything super laid out for you. My teacher is very, very vague when it comes to it, so it's not a great class right now, but my old instructor was very detailed. So yes, you do have to teach yourself, but it depends. Like this one's a little bit harder than the last semester because they're not very detailed in what they want you to do. They're just, they just kind of say, this is how we want it done. And then there's, so many questions. So you can always email the instructor. But that I feel like is kind of annoying to get emails all day long from a student. So I typically don't do that, and I can usually just figure it out by myself. But it's you really just have to make sure that you're independent and have to make sure that you can kind of figure it out by yourself. And if you don't work well in that environment, I do not suggest online classes because that's all it is. So I have a feeling it's harder than the other classes because you can just go up to you can ask another student that's sitting next to you anything, or you can go up to, I can't really do that. I couldn't email everybody, but I don't know anybody to be able to email them. So
online classes definitely aren't for everyone.
Definitely not. You have to make sure you dedicate the time, because if I don't say, okay, I need to get this done today, then I could go stay at work longer, I could go hang out with friends, but I have to say, no, I have to go home and do my homework tonight. And you have to make sure that you have to force yourself to do the work. You don't have to go to a class and then just do the work there. Like, you have to force yourself to actually take the time and make the time to do your homework and make sure that you're giving yourself enough time to do it well.
So what about tests or finals? Do you have finals?
Well, my last one I actually looked out. I took a college 101 class, which is like a college prep class that I had to take. And then I took an English 101 class. So the college 101 class said, focus on your other finals, don't worry about it. So I didn't have to do a final for that class.
That's cool.
We just had to turn in a portfolio that we had already done for assignments earlier in the semester, so that one was like, okay, awesome.
Just a breeze.
And then the English 101 class was just a final essay. So, which was the combination of what you had learned throughout the semester, and you had to put that into the final essay. But it was easier than I thought it was, so I how to breathe. It was actually not hard for the finals at all. And tests and stuff like that, they can set it up to where you can take tests and it'll set it up for you. So the Canvas is very geared. It's basically for online classes.
Yeah.
So everything as far as tests and stuff go, they have a setting for it. So you can do that. This semester, it's a research paper, kind of like the 10th grade thing. So I have a feeling that we're going to have to write a really large essay at the end of it.
Yeah.
So right now we're doing 2 to 3 page essays, and I think it's once a week we do those. So future, we're going to have to, I'm sure, write a much longer essay for the final.
Yeah. All right, well, speaking of finals, we have a segment about finals that is going to start right now.
Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Finals are next week, and I haven't done any of my work. Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Hey, what's wrong?
Finals.
Dude, just go see the fortune teller so you can remember what to do.
Great idea. Hi.
Have a seat. I know why you've come to see me.
So here? Yeah. Hi. Hi. I'm here. Oh, right,
Or hand, please.
oh.
I see you are very stubborn. That is why your relationships don't work and you have very few friends. I see that your parents hate you. Did you fail your driving test more than one time? You have a pet that doesn't like you. You can't seem to get a date. You eat too much. You're not good at sports. Were you perhaps dropped as a child? I'm looking into your brain and see several traumatic...
Just stop!
Can you not handle the truth?
No. What? What's this about the truth? I came to ask about my finals, not what... I don't even know what you're saying right now.
Well, in that case, I think you'll do just fine, but I do recommend maybe consulting with the counselor.
Yeah, no. I'm leaving.
Is that cash or credit? Thank you for your time.
Is the door gonna do the thing? Yes? No? Okay. Viola, I'm gone. Guess what? No, I really should not have gone to the fortune teller. At least I'll do good on finals.
Okay.
All right, welcome back to Charger Chat. I'm Nick Santana here with Courtney Thomas. Well, we've actually just about run out of time for today, so thank you for joining us. Is there anything else, any advice or like post-high school advice that you'd like to share with ISC or the community that's watching at all?
No, probably not. I mean, work hard, but that's, I feel like, known, so nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
No.
All right, well, thank you for your time. I hope that you have a great life.
Thank you, Nick. You too.
All right, this has been Charger Chat.